welcome to the show. How's it going?
It's good, man. Thank you so much for having me. We were just chatting in like the green room beforehand, and it's lovely to kind of connect with other people on Skool who are also, enjoying the ride. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, 100%. And congrats on all your success on school. Um,
Thank you,
for,
man.
for anyone who's not aware, how would you describe yourself?
Um, so I have like a creative AI education platform called Gen HQ, and we host it off of Skool, and it's basically I'm an AI educator, consultant, creative, and I do mainly like a lot of work on social media. So I have a social page called Rourke Heath. And we basically act as go-to-market for a lot of the creative AI companies. So when there's new models, new releases of new AI tools in the creative world, we will kind of cover it and then make a video on it and showcase it in like a nice, fun, jazzy way and just educate people on how they can also use it. And then we kind of started Skool as a way that we could do more in-depth tutorials. And that's where we teach people how to find like AI work, how to price AI work, and we invite like industry experts from around the world to come in and also educate in the platform as well, so that you're learning from people who have like their boots on the ground, who are learning about, these people are teaching actual like stuff that practitioners are doing in the space, so they can also people can take actionable steps from them, which is great. So it's not just me, it's there's a whole team of us. We've got 5 employees working on Gen HQ at the moment.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, congrats on the success. I know you were saying you've won the school games. I think you came second last quarter. You weren't aware of it
Yeah.
until you got a message afterwards, right?
No, I was super new to the Skool game or Skool in general. I kind of just picked it as a platform to kind of run the program off. And I didn't know the Skool games was a thing until I got a message about it. And they were like, congratulations. And I was like, this is awesome. Thank you very much for this. And then they sent over a trophy, which was very kind. So yeah, it's an honor, and I'm very happy on the platform. It's like really well built for community. I wasn't like expecting that when I first started. I was just using it as like a place to house all of our education, but it's been a really like, it's just awesome for like housing community. So it's been really, really awesome.
I mean, there's two things with school. Like, number one, I've never seen so many people doing so well on one platform.
Mm,
Like the amount
mm.
of people with great AI communities that are just doing insane numbers, really.
Mm.
And then number two
It is
is
mental.
yeah. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, you go, you go, you go.
And then number two, it's like so easy to use as well. It's like the Apple for school.
It is. It's very intuitive. It's very simple to use. I was actually like put onto it. I went to an event with Bolt. I don't know if you're familiar with their company. It's like a no-code AI tool. And I met with a bunch of guys who were like absolutely crushing it in like the AI automation space. Nick Sarev was one of them. Shout out to Nick. Nate Herc as well, like absolutely crushing it. And another one, Brock, Mark. There's a lot of guys in the AI automation space that I was introduced to who were on Skool, who were just making like unfathomable amounts of money. And I think at that point, I was posting like AI education on Instagram and socials, and I think I was making around 15K a month, which is, an incredible achievement as it is. But when I heard that these guys were making like fucking 300K plus, I was like, oh my god, like what kind of money am I leaving on the table? And I left that trip really thinking about it, and I was like, man, there's got to be a way that we can start doing more creative AI education in a longer format. And I had a look on the Skool platform, and there was barely anyone doing it. So I was like, damn, there's a real opportunity right now. So I just kind of went in for it, got a good team together, and we're trying to create 97 pieces of content a month at the moment. So it's a lot of like, we're on camera anywhere between 3 to 6 hours a day, recording educational content for the community. So it's a lot of work, but man, I just fucking love it, bro. I love it.
Yeah, me too, me too. Actually, I think there's something about working hard, and especially when you're creating something like tangible, like a video, where even if you're totally exhausted by the end of the day, you just feel great, right?
Yeah. It's one of those that like, when I finish the day, I think like my brain is like, it gets to a point where I am like mentally zapped. But when I start my day, I cannot wait to like bounce out of bed and just get going. There's an electric community. There's so many people who are, you feel like they rely on you for this education. And I love that responsibility of trying to help as many people as possible. We have like a goal internally to try and create 100,000 jobs in the next 3 years in the creative AI sector. So everything that we do is kind of oriented and targeted around that, because we want to put Gen HQ in like universities, the school system, and standardize creative AI education more like from like an actual like education bodies first. And then what we're doing on Skool is kind of just the tip of the iceberg of like what we want to try and achieve. So I'm loving it, man. It's just so much to do.
Yeah, I love the vision as well. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome that you got a long-term idea on what you want to do. How do you... I've seen your Instagram, and the creative there is really, really nice, actually. Like, the way the videos are made.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Is that, like, your main marketing platform?
That's a great question. So we have a few different ways that we market Gen HQ. So we actually sell B2B. So we sell it to businesses. So we noticed early on a lot of people were asking for consulting work in creative AI for their marketing teams. And I did some consulting work for a few companies like North Face, Vans, Timberlands, a lot of fashion brands. And it got to a point where I was like, I'm not a huge fan of traveling all the time. It was taking time away from work. So I set up Gen HQ as a way that I could sell kind of seats in Gen HQ as a ticketed offer B2B. And now we're about to sell 200 annual subscriptions to the UAE government. And that's like been a really good way that we've been able to kind of batch sell seats and market it like appropriately that way, which has been great. So companies will buy like 20 seats for their team, for example, on an annual subscription, which has been like a really solid way for us to market, not just to like the average consumer. And then I would say our main funnel though is through meta ads. So I was posting, we post organically on socials about 20 times a month, and we also create new ads every week. And we have got very lucky with ads, I feel like, because we don't really have much experience with it yet either. But we started, I want to say, about 2 months ago running ads to promote Gen HQ, and we've been getting about 10 to 20 new members a day. And which is, kind of crazy when you think about it, because the price of our community is $97 a month. So that's like 2,000, anywhere between like $1,000 to $2,000 in recurring revenue per day with new signups, which is great. And we have a churn rate of like 20% as well. So like there is that leaky bucket. We do have to keep refilling people into the community. But Instagram has been a fantastic funnel for us. We use ManyChat. I don't know if you're familiar with ManyChat, but yeah, it's an awesome tool. So we send out roughly around 20,000 DMs a day with ManyChat, because we've been using it now on every video for the last 557 videos now. So that's compounded over a long time. And we promote our community through all of those ManyChats. We post YouTube content and promote it that way. We post LinkedIn content and promote it that way. And LinkedIn's great too. But the big kicker is Facebook ads. It's so crazy for us at the moment. We've been like spend $1,000 on it, and then we'll get $2,000 back. And we're like, wait, that's weird. That's like a fucking double money glitch. Like, what the hell's going on? And then we've just been like increasing it like little bit. And then I think we're now spending about $5,000 on ad, like per ad. And it's just returning as double every time. And we're like, how long can this continue for? Like, this feels like a magic trick. So that's what we're doing at the moment, and it just seems to be working.
That's amazing. Congrats, man.
No, Thank you. That's really kind.
Really smart. Yeah. Do you have someone?
And what about you? How do you market yours?
So for me, like, what I do is, all right. So we have a free Skool group, and that's kind of like a funnel to send traffic to our paid group. So we'll do a lead magnet inside the free group, and we run Facebook ads as well to the free group.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then we funnel that traffic, and there's like 7 different ways of retargeting them from the free group to the paid group. So like, for example, we have the auto DM that's like funneling people. All the videos have a CTA inside the classroom to buy the Air Profit Boardroom. We post inside the community, and so do all our affiliates too. And then also we have a pinned post at the top, and we're always like posting a new one twice a day. So it'll be like a direct response style post. From there, we also have like live streams, and we have emails. So when people sign up to the free group, they put in their email, and then we send that over to our CRM, and they get an email funnel. So they get retargeted in like 7 or 8 different ways. And then we're quite omnipresent. So quite a lot of people tell me like they see me everywhere. You know, like they'll see me on Facebook ads, and then they'll see me on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, multiple YouTube accounts. And so like that helps a lot too. And yeah, I mean, we've grown to $87,000 a month. I think on the back end as well, it's like $90,000 a month. But I mean, the beautiful thing I think about it is that with an agency, I had an SEO agency before. My margins were like 30, 40, 50%. And, you know, really vary like that. So that, to make that sort of money with an agency, you have to make like $300,000 a month.
Right.
And so like,
That's insane.
It's insane. Yeah. And also, we only launched in February.
That's wild. Congrats, man. That's sick.
It took me like 5 years to do that with an SEO agency. So yeah. Again, I'm a big fan of Skool. I think that one of the things I love about it is not just the platform is very simple, but also the funnels are simple. So it's just like, you take traffic from over here and you send it over there.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. How have you found email marketing for conversion rates? Because we did that for our launch, and it didn't do too hot. But I would love to know how you find email marketing. Does it convert well for you?
Yeah, it does pretty much. Like, I mean, we send an email to the list every day, and email also gets nurtured with content. So they're always receiving like a new piece of content from our YouTube that's like, here's a new tool, here's how you use it, etc.
Shit.
And then they also get the direct response email. If they haven't opened an email for 3 months, they'll get taken off the list automatically. So it's always like being pruned. And then we have a direct response copywriter he's really good at sales copywriting, and he writes emails and blasts them to the list. So I don't think about it or touch it or anything. Yeah.
That's brilliant. I should start thinking about that, because like there's a lot of people who do like newsletters, and I feel like building a newsletter would be such a good opportunity as well. Just like, because you obviously had your SEO agency. Did you build like a newsletter up off the back of that before coming into this, or like what was your growth strategy to start this?
It was quite messy. So what happened was, like, I had an SEO agency, and then because SEO is so hugely impacted by AI, I started creating content about AI and going more wide rather than just focusing on SEO. That grew my audience massively, but it also grew it because there were less people interested in SEO and more people interested in AI. And so I had like 3 people in the same month tell me, you got to start an AI community. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I know I've got a huge audience on my email list and everywhere else that, I'm not huge, but, you know, a good sized audience that would be interested in that. And so I launched the pre-sale. I didn't create the community or anything. Just launched it on a Friday night, and just wanted to check if people would actually buy it. We sent out 1 email. Only 1 person bought it. Right? So we sent like an email to maybe, it must have been like 50,000 people. Only 1 person bought it. But I was like, do you know what? I can work on the offer. I can improve that within a few days. And then I improved the offer, and the conversion rates went up, and that's how we grew from there. Yeah.
Yeah, ours was the exact same story. We had like a much smaller like email marketing list. We had 1,500 people, and I sent it out on like the launch day, and I was like, fuck yeah, like I'm gonna get like 15 people to sign up to this, and I'd priced it at $350 a month, and no one bought it in like the first 4 hours, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I've just spent a month building this, and I was like, oh no, like this is an absolute nightmare. And I got an email saying like, reduce the price to $97 a month and people will convert. And yeah, that was the best advice that I got, so huge shout out to whoever sent me that email. But yeah, dude, that's super impressive. That's really, really inspiring, so huge congrats on the success there.
Thanks. Yeah, our initial target was like, it was me and someone else that I work with that kind of launched it. And our target was like, we said if we make $10,000 a month, we'll be super happy. And even that seemed really far off. And then all of a sudden, boom, it exploded. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah. The other thing I love about it as well is I don't know about you, but when you're running the agency, or when you're running a consulting service as well, there's a lot of pain and problems and a lot of people to manage and all that sort of thing. You got client calls too, whereas creating a Skool community is so chill, it's so relaxed.
Yeah, God, I wish ours was relaxed. I wish ours is like so just because like I'm sure you like are aware of this too, but like just the general pace at which AI moves at is terrifying to try and keep up with. And I think people, like I do not recommend people to, if you want to have like an actual real social life and like a real good life versus the work-life balance is so tough, because for us to deliver the standard of education that I really like hope to deliver, it's so hard to keep up with the rate of new tools coming out. So it's like when a new tool comes out for us, regardless of what time it is, we will make a video on it, and that is like just a lot of very random sleepless nights, and like we really try to be the first to release like education on all of these tools. So it's just like complete chaos. Like our lives are at the beck and call of these creative AI companies. So it's a little bit chaotic for us. I should have picked something like knitting or something like basic that I could have like teach people on that would have given me like a good work-life balance. But AI is just like, it's been such a great roller coaster. Like, it's just the best decision I ever made was getting involved with AI.
Have you seen those communities on Skool where it's like someone teaching others how to make money scooping poop?
No.
Yeah, so honestly, you should look through some of the categories outside of tech because it's so funny.
No.
Yeah, I think there's one similar as well for horses. And there's another one. I saw the interview on Skool News recently. Really good video about it. But basically, this lady, there's a witch who makes like really good at MR too, and so I'm really looking forward to the Skool Games meetup because there's going to be so many interesting characters there.
Yeah, I can imagine. What category is that even in?
I think there's one
Lifestyle?
that's like hobbies or something like that, or it might be money.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the money category.
Jesus
Lifestyle.
Christ. Yeah, lifestyle. That is a lifestyle, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy. I remember there's when you sign up to the platform, or at least when I signed up, there was like a couple of different options on the homepage, and a lot of them were like different perfumes, and I was like, oh my god, like there's literally a Skool community for anything and everything. And I think that's beautiful. Like I'm just so like hyper focused on the tech and like AI group that's really like where I look at, and have kind of been idolizing a lot of like Nate is a big inspiration for me, and Nick as well, so kind of just like been inspired by those guys. I still got a long way to go to catch up to them. I think they're printing like 200 to 300k monthly recurring revenue from Skool. So yeah, our Skool community's got quite a long way to go before we get there.
Yeah, I interviewed Nate actually yesterday. Yeah, really.
How was he? Yeah.
He's crushing it. Super smart guy, super smart guy, and so humble as well. You know, for like reaching that. It's so quickly. I think he started like a year ago.
It's mental. Yeah, I think I met up with him in like June last year, in San Francisco, and we stayed in an Airbnb together. And I had no actual idea even about Skool at this point, and that's when I found out about it. And when I left, they said to me specifically, and it rung in my head like, every month that you don't have a Skool community, you're leaving money on the table. And I was like, nah. And then I was like, wait, really? And then I kind of looked into it a bit more, and I was like, oh, damn, they're right. So I owe them a few beers, I think.
What about your day to day? I know you said it's a bit mad and it's a bit crazy. I'd be interested to know, like, what's your daily schedule like, or
Yeah.
how does that work?
Yeah, so Gen HQ is like a very it's like 30% of what we do. So we obviously do a lot of content, and out of the 97 pieces of content that we try and make, Skool makes up for roughly a third of that. The rest goes on Instagram, LinkedIn, a lot of other places, kind of most platforms. But the way my day works at the moment is we'll have like morning meeting. We have 3 internal editors, all based in the UK. Actually, we've got one based in Honduras. And what we'll do is we'll sit down with the team. We'll look at our production schedule. I can actually share my screen. I feel like this. Can I share my screen and show, or is this just like podcast format? Because sometimes like it's better to show people than just like actually tell people. So what we will do is we like control everything in monday.com. So like our production schedule, like today today we'll have these deliverables that we have to try and achieve, and we will be like, okay, editor 1, you're working on this, editor 2, editor 3, me, I'll work on like the green section or whatever it is, and people will just be like divvied up tasks. And then they'll go away and start creating the like social ads. So here are like some examples of, this is our social page. And we kind of cover like loads of different creative AI tools. And, for example, this one, the editors, I will come up with a concept and a format for what the intro should look like. And then they'll go into the execution phase, and they'll go and build out like the advert. So this is like an advert for a company called FreePick. They'll go and build out the ad, and it's just like this constant rounds of iterations over and over and over internally. Go on. Sorry,
Yeah, so this is interesting. So this is an ad for the...
Yeah. But 80% of the content that we make nowadays are branded content.
That's crazy, because like when I've watched your content, it feels so natural. It doesn't feel like an ad,
Yeah, I think that's a very good feedback to hear. For us, when we started, we were making a lot of... I posted every day for 420 days in a row before, I think it was like maybe day 150 before I like even made a dime I was just doing it for fun. And I was always like making update videos, just making like videos on different like creative AI tools and showcasing them in fun ways. So I think like where we come from is like a very natural way of just making videos that feel fun, but then you also learn something at the same time. I call it edutainment, where we're educating and entertaining you at the same time. So that's like our goal with like a lot of the social content that we produce. Is the goal of it is to try and do both of those things. So it should feel like very organic and very natural, but like this is a post in collaboration with LTX Studio. And our social page generates roughly around $300,000 a month in recurring revenue from sponsored posts. Wow. So this is like another column of our business, and then Gen HQ is another one. And then we have 2 others, which is we have consulting. So sometimes we'll get like or I'll get a consulting contract to go in and actually do some work with a company, where whether it's one of these creative AI tools or whether or not it's a company who want to learn like scalable systems that they can put into their company to create like 1,000 different images at the click of a button for creative AI. So those will be different packages. And then the last one is client work. So we do, I try to do at least like one piece of client work a month, so that if I'm educating people in Gen HQ, I can't possibly educate people on how to actually find clients or how to fulfill client work if I'm not doing it myself. So it's really important for me that I still have boots on the ground. So I'll make sure that I try and do at least one piece of client work a month. And we've done some, client work with a lot of exciting people. Are in talks with Jason Derulo at the moment, and a lot of other musicians, artists, a lot of really exciting companies. There's some really great people that we've been able to work with, and we also partner with a lot of like creative AI studios. So one that we work very closely with is one called Wonder Studios, and they're like in the UK, they're the largest creative AI company that deliver client work. So they just did a music video for Lewis Capaldi, and they've done some other like great music artists, so I get to work with them on some of their projects.
That's awesome. So you work with like some really interesting people as well. And
yeah, definitely like a lot of tough clients who are like very picky, put it that way, but they're really cool to work with.
And how do you get the sponsorships for your Instagram? Like, do they come to you?
Yes, so everything is inbound. So I'm very fortunate to have a management company who I work very closely with. Huge shout out to them. They are a team of 5 people. The 2 guys who founded it they're like lawyers. So they handle all of our legal stuff, the contracts, the negotiations. They're killer sales kind of sharks. So they're like great to have in my corner. Like, wouldn't want to be on the other side of them. So I love them for that. So they handle all of my inbound, and then they've got a couple of other people who work with them, who also like go through our inbox, because sometimes like inbounds at the moment can get up to like nearly 100 a day at the moment for creative AI work. So it's about combing through, finding out what are the exciting opportunities, and a lot of the stuff that we'll do won't be like the big money grabbing like big ticket items, but the things that will have the most impact. So we're in talks with the BBC at the moment to do some education that's like for £500, right? It's like no money. It's not about the money. It's just about having a really great impact and trying to steer the creative AI industry in a positive direction. And that's what I'm like truly passionate about. A lot of the money just comes as a byproduct, which is super exciting, but it's just about making fun shit that people resonate with.
Yeah, I love that, man. All right, it's been awesome chatting to you. Really good to meet you, and thanks for just sharing everything as well and being, so open. I think anyone watching will get a lot of value. If someone wants to get in touch, what's the best way for them to do it?
LinkedIn is the best place to reach out. I mean, I'm active in Skool every single day as well, so I think you can message people in Skool. Like, I'm very new to the platform, but you can message people in Skool, right, without even needing to be in the community. So you can just reach out to me in Skool, or message me on LinkedIn. Is probably the best place to try and get a hold of me.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, Julian.